This one thing I know some people say he has got all you fashion side by side. Marching on wearing that
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. I'm having some issues here, and I don't know why. Josh, welcome here. You guys hear me okay? Why do we have this up there? Steve. Steve's here. Steve is in the house. Didn't see him sneak in. So it was pretty wild last night. A lot of people saying they don't believe it was a real thing. I'm kind of on the fence of it. I had my doubts about that other attempt in whatever, Brandon? No, that wasn't the name of it. Whatever that town was. But it just seemed weird that Trump came out right afterwards and started talking about how badly we need the ballroom. Butler, thank you. How badly we needed the ballroom. And I don't know. It could have been legit. The guy's 31. I think he was a teacher. And he has a manifesto, I found, that basically said he felt it was his duty to rid the United States of this alleged rapist, child molester, warmongering, killing of children, evil guy, and anybody who was complicit. He didn't want to hurt any staff members. as a Christian. Yeah. At any rate, it was a bad move. It was a bad move. Violence is not the way to do this. So, and he ruined his life, and for what? Apparently, he was never anywhere near the president, the man in charge. But did he say he hates Christians, or Trump said the shooter hates Christians? Yeah, he's probably going to whip out another meme of him as Jesus, Dr. Jesus. Who knows? It's all insane. We are living in a warped world. Let me go see. I found some other stuff that was cool. I gotta pull it up. Just kind of doing a general wrap up of the week. There's so much shit, you can't keep it all straight. All right. Apparently the DOJ is planning on somebody should tell them. Let's see. All right, I gotta go back and make this larger. That's big enough. We go a little bit bigger. Now you can read it. So they're planning to strengthen the federal death penalty by they want to bring back firing squads, basically. And I don't know what the point of that is. What they were saying is that Biden pardoned all the death penalty people on death row except for 3. So there's not a whole lot of people waiting on death row to get murdered by the state. But yeah, he wants to include other methods, such as firing squad. Also recommended inclusion of electrocution and lethal gas in the expanded protocol, referencing lethal injection, drug access problems, and related lethal injection drug litigations, the report stated. This was all coming out of the DOJ and Todd Blanche. BOP should follow suit by modifying its execution protocol to include additional constitutional manners of execution that are currently provided for by the laws of certain states. The additional manners of execution that BOP should consider firing squad, electrocution, and lethal gas. I find this really odd. I find this really, really freaking odd that they're uh, doing this. It's almost like, let's see if we can find another way to terrorize the people. We'll threaten them with a firing squad. Other things to mention, the NATO has given $90 billion to Ukraine for their war effort, and also to um, protect themselves. Trump is still suing the IRS for $10 billion because they shared his tax returns, which, yeah, and they're trying to overturn the Presidential Records Act so that they can, you know, they can Steve. I don't know what the rule is for witches, but I'm sure there's going to be some witch hunts. Anyway, it just is a world of crazy. I think that it's just trying to stoke fear in people. It seems like that turns him on. Let's find something else to tell you about. Let's see how that looks. It's just stuff from PR. Doesn't look quite big enough yet. Now we can kind of see it. Let's see. Let's see what I missed here. Yep, step out of line. Okay, so let's see what we can find at the NPR. This is just kind of a menage of things that happened recently. Alleged Colorado attacker's family released after nearly a year in detention. The judge ordered Hayam El Kamal and her 5 children released Thursday. 2 days later, their lawyers say ICE rearrested and tried to deport them. Fast-growing wildfires in Georgia tops 31 square miles with evacuations possible. One of 2 large fires in southeast Georgia continues to grow and now exceeds 31 square miles. The chaotic White House dinner, we've already kind of talked about that. The shooter, Cole Allen is his name, 31-year-old teacher and engineer from California, sent messages to his family. I've got those messages. We could go over them if you want, but I kind of told you about them More details. This April 26th, police in Virginia used a technique called geofencing to tap into Google's databases. We've heard about this before, to find out who was near the scene of a bank robbery, and the court will consider whether it's constitutional. Suppose they'll pass that too. Education. Why emotional disturbance, special ed categories of double-edged sword for students. Every school has problem students, but some are labeled emotionally disturbed, ED, and taught separately from others. The new CEO, Steve O'Donnell, vows to unite NASCAR and return the fun. I didn't even know NASCAR wasn't united, so I don't really give a shit about NASCAR. Rocky Balboa gets a statue inside Philly Art Museum. Oh dear. Really was a slow news week, don't you guys think? Pope Leo reiterates opposition to death penalty on same day U.S. approves firing squads. That'll piss Trump off. Justice Department makes it easier to deport those with DACA status. 3 appellate immigration judges sided with Department of Homeland Security lawyers who appealed the decision from immigration judge Michael Pleaders, terminating removal proceedings for DACA recipient Catalina Xochitl. I can't pronounce it. Santiago. The DOJ wants to shield its lawyers from outside scrutiny. Critics worry about oversight. Critics say proposed rule to let the DOJ step into state bar investigations. Oh, for hell. For fuck's sake. That's crazy. See, I told you this is all just madness. Trump and Congress cut funding to Planned Parenthood, and can Botox keep it afloat? Not really sure how Botox works into that, but I'm not a doctor, damn it. I'm a streamer. And we, of course, knew that Iran's foreign minister leaves Pakistan, and Trump cancels U.S. delegations travel. Okay. That was fun. What do we got here? Big win for fair elections in Virginia. Did they reverse that thing in Virginia where they were trying to stop the redistricting, Nancy, or Inkrat? Can't talk. The hell's my problem? Okay. Okay. I did not hear that. That's good news. Voter approved map. That's correct. That is good news. I keep feeling like more must have happened this past week, but it gets all so convoluted in your head. Unless you sit there every day and write it all down or something. Go ahead and remove this so you guys can look at my pretty face. I don't know. They say that people on the left and the right are all, blowing up the interwebs with not believing about this last assassination attempt, and they're blaming it on Trump because he lies all the time. If you don't get good information, honest information, what are you supposed to believe? And this whole Iran thing is just every day constantly shifting. Open the fucking strait now. And then, from that to, I'm not in any hurry. We don't have to have it open. It doesn't affect us none. Apparently, the ships that Iran are attacking don't affect him either. He's out and out said that, well, they're not my ships. It doesn't affect me. TJ is live. Trucker John. I didn't realize he was going live tonight. What are you doing, Moa? Jolie. Oh, I'm so sorry. I hope she's okay, Jolie. You do what you need to do. Yeah, I hope she's okay. I'm not going to do a very long stream tonight, I don't think. Just don't think there's a whole lot to tell you. But I was going to work on a song today, and I never got around to it. Well, I kind of got around to it, but I didn't spend a lot of time on it. Used to like it, and I don't like it so much now. So if you think it was a hoax, type 1 in the chat. learn that one. Probably did when Once Upon a Time. So we got 1-1. I just found it pretty strange that right away everybody was saying, "Oh, we gotta get that ballroom," and Trump is like, I think that the government should pay for it now." Thought you had that ballroom paid for. Oh, guys, it's really too bad about Jolie. I hope her daughter's okay. I really tried hard to find some more shit to talk to you about. It was just really a weird week. Let me see. I know I can. Oh, it's so easy. All right. This is from Status Quo News. And I think that he goes through that whole to make it larger. Let's see if I can add that. See how it looks. And it's letting me add it. Okay, let's try. Nothing. Let's try it again. All right, Gloria, welcome here. We're just about going to do the last part of the show. I'm glad you could make it. Gotta go make this bigger again. The Anti-Trump Manifesto. Okay. This is the views 4 hours ago. Hashtag news, yes, politics news, Trump news, status quo. What the heck? Why am I not being able to read that? Interesting. I was able to read the whole thing earlier, but I basically told you what it was. Shit. Yeah, the guy seemed to really have a big problem with everything that the Trump administration is doing, from the war to the Epstein files to the abuse. And I'm really sorry, guys. I just don't have a whole lot for you tonight. I looked and looked, and it was kind of, considering we're in a war with Iran, it was kind of a boring week as far as news goes. Considering there was a thank you, Ingrat, my cup. Yeah, I bought that a couple months ago. Considering there was an assassination attempt last night that just kind of fizzed out, and yeah. Let me go to see what's going on Blue Sky. All right. Let me make it big. No, that's not the one you gave me. That's the one I bought a couple months ago. The one you gave me is blue, I believe. All right. That's big enough to read. Harry Litman, 3 hours ago. You need the top people to handle the attempted assassination case. But after all the firings and defections at the top, do they still have them? Blanche boasted about firing every FBI agent involved in Jan 6, which was the A team at the time. And Pirro, oblivious lacks the chops to oversee the prosecution. I agree. Let's see, Heather Cox Richardson. She's been traveling. Did the Sunday show talk at all about the fact that Trump's 60 days for his attack on Iran under the War Powers Act is up this week? Or did last night's dinner incident take up all the oxygen? Good question. A serious profile about a serious public figure. Thoughtful, interesting, empathetic, cool. Kerr transcends his sports contact without being platitudinous or at all full of himself. He should have a political future if he wants one. I'm not sure what that's about, but I heard the name Kerr earlier. The Golden State Warriors coach, Steve Kerr, has a lot to say about Trump. That doesn't mean he'll be running for office anytime soon. Yeah, I saw that earlier. The letter that Heather wrote was basically about the history of the White House Correspondents' Dinners, and she didn't really address the attempted. We talked about the firing squad already. Yeah, see, there's just not a whole lot going on. The death penalty thing. Oh yeah, the Southern Poverty Law. They've indicted Law Center. They've indicted them, and it's such a ridiculous. They're saying they're committing fraud because they pay money to informants to help keep them safe. Well, I think the DOJ and the FBI pay informants, so I don't know. We're supposed to get some bad weather tomorrow, I'm hearing. High winds and storms and such. So, guys, I'm going to call it a night. I'm just not feeling it. And there wasn't a whole lot to discuss. I'm glad y'all came. We made it almost 40 minutes, so that's cool. I hope y'all take care of yourselves. Be kind to people. Do all the things that we can do every day. One thing a day. Call your reps. All that good stuff. I know it's kind of crazy out there. Yeah, Gloria, we discussed that. I mean, it almost seemed like he just was setting that up so that he could talk about his damn ballroom. But, we don't know. They've got this guy who's got his manifesto. Anyway, everybody take good care. Maybe I'll come in midweek and do another one since this one was so short. Maybe there'll actually be some good news. Well, there was the news about Virginia, and thank you, Ink Rat, for that little tidbit. It's okay, Gloria. I'm glad you can make it anytime you can get here. And I'm sorry I'm closing it out so early, but I'm just not feeling it tonight. So, everybody have a good night. Take care, everybody. Love you guys. Bye. A little bit of love.